Welcome back, everyone. I'm Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And I'm Liam.
And we're up to the 20th MCU film. 20 films into this. It's the first film after Avengers Infinity War. Can it top the excellence of that film? This is the new adventures of Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Here are our thoughts.
I do some dumb things, and the people I love the most, they pay the price.
Thanks to you, we had to run. We're still running.
Let's go.
Ant-Man and the Wasp was directed by Peyton Reed, once again, who returns from the first film. And we've also got Paul Rudd, of course, coming back, as well as Evangeline Lilly. I still cannot say her name properly. Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Michael Pena. And they're joined by newcomers Hannah John-Kamen, who's actually known from Ready Player One, and Lawrence Fishburne, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this movie is set before Infinity War.
And after Civil War.
Yes, because it heavily references, Civil War at least.
Yeah.
So Scott is on house arrest and he's got to deal with becoming Ant-Man and being a superhero again. There's not much in the way of plot here. I look at it like the first Ant-Man is a heist movie. This is the movie if they're on the run from that heist. That's how I see it. Agree? Disagree?
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, this feels more like a sequel to Civil War than the first Ant-Man.
Oh, definitely.
Because, you can't... The thing is, you can't watch this film without knowing what happens in Civil War at all. Because it won't make sense.
No, there's a lot.
It doesn't work as a standalone,
It
film.
implies a lot of stuff that you...
So the film starts off with a lot of exposition saying about how Scott actually encountered Janet in the quantum realm, and so that sparks Hope and Hank to go find her.
Yep.
That's the basis of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get down to it, that's what it's about. It's a rescue mission.
Yeah.
In a way.
So what do we think of it? Jye?
Well, I'm a huge fan of the first Ant-Man. This one's not as good. I'll just say straight off the bat, this is not as good. There's not as much wittiness going on here. A lot of the jokes don't land as well as they should. And the pacing feels a little funny. There's something off about the pacing.
I think the pacing is a huge issue in this movie.
Yeah,
I
well.
agree.
However, had a lot of fun with it. I liked it a lot. I did. You? Do not agree?
Did not really like it at all. It's sort of weird. It's stuck in between just completely average and mediocre. So it's weird where it's sitting at the moment for me. There was some things that I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea, but I didn't feel like anything was really executed that well. But that's just me. That's just me.
I'm kind of in between you two. I agree with a lot of your points, but that probably just didn't affect me quite as much. But there were a few things that really did bug me, but I can't talk about them here. They're before the spoiler review. But it was extremely serviceable and just it's very by the numbers. It doesn't take any risks. The jokes, everything that was funny was just rehashed from the first one. Pretty much all the new jokes I thought just fell flat and didn't work. While you know what the characters are doing, like you know what their motivations are, the entire first hour felt very aimless. I thought it wasn't really progressing anywhere. While even though it didn't feel like it was. The second hour I enjoyed better, but it still felt very. It felt like it was just playing it too safe a lot of the time.
I agree with that. I think a lot of the fault of this film, and it's not even the fault of the film itself, I think coming right off the back of Infinity War did not do it any favours. That the grand scope of that film as opposed to the really limited scope of this film
See, no, that didn't plan to me at all, because obviously we've seen the first one, so I knew going in this is a small scale, and I wanted a small scale film coming off Infinity War. That wasn't a problem with me, I just didn't think it was well executed.
Right, I agree with you guys. It's definitely. I think this says something to the testament of Marvel's films and how much I like them. That this is still lower, like really lower tiered in my rankings of the films. But I still liked it a lot.
Yeah, when you get down to it, Marvel generally tries to release quality products. There are some that land really well, some that just sort of land. And then there are others like this, which I don't think landed as well. But even then, it's not a train wreck. It's not a total mess.
Not at all.
But it's just, I don't know. It didn't really feel as... I don't know. I didn't feel anything for this film.
No, see, like, I was entertained. But not on the level I've come to expect from a Marvel film. And I got no problem. Like, the villains are different in this to what other Marvel villains have been, and I got no problem with that. My problem with the villains in this is that I don't think the development for what they were intending them to be wasn't well done.
Yeah.
My main problem with this film was the villain. There was one point in the film, without going into
Yeah,
too much
that
detail.
was really hard to say without really verging into spoilers.
There was one point in the film where the villain is there and it's like, okay, this is the villain, like, oh, let's get some information. Then all of a sudden, in the space of like 2 minutes, there's this exposition dump
Oh,
where,
it's huge.
where they just say, oh, this is what the villain is doing, this is why, and then it kind of wraps up shortly after that. That was silly. That was really badly
Silly
written.
and lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One other issue I had with the film had to do with Paul Rudd and Ant-Man. Not Paul Rudd's acting, like, he's great. He's a lot of fun to watch. But in the first one, Paul Rudd's character, Scott Lang, is portrayed as a great burglar. Like, he's agile, he's fast, he's very clever and witty. Here he comes off as clumsy.
I didn't think about that.
And it kind of
I
just
totally did.
goes against the entire character development from the first one.
Yeah, no, I agree. He feels
He feels like the third wheel the entire time. He always feels like even when he's Ant-Man, he feels like he's just in the way the entire time.
I was hearing this opinion a lot before I saw the movie, because it's a very common one. Apparently, a lot of people agree with you.
Right. Okay.
But I was also hearing that people think that he's been sort of dumbed down and he's sort of more goofy in this one to play up Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah, what I don't get is you've got Michael Pena in there as a comic relief, but Michael Pena hardly appears in the film except for certain bits. And I feel like Scott Lang's the one who becomes a comic relief. Like, no, he's the hero. Keep him as the hero.
And the thing is, I kind of agree. I agree with you, and it's unfortunate because I really liked Scott Lang as a character in the first film.
Yeah, me too.
But I agree too. He's definitely been dumbed down.
Yeah, very, very much so. Cool. Well, that's pretty much everything I've got to say. You guys got a couple more things. I think Liam, you said you have one more thing. So we'll do that and then give star ratings.
Yeah, sure. So the first Ant-Man score wasn't anything fantastic. It was sort of just forgettable, but like serviceable. But this one I found to be really
irritating,
and it sounded like stock music the whole time, and it was very much in your face. And it was one of those things that, you know, brought down certain aspects of the film even further. Like, it didn't help that I wasn't already not really enjoying myself, but then this happened as well, and it was like, you know.
Really? I liked the score for this one.
Really?
I really liked the Ant-Man theme in this one. I liked the end credits score. It's one thing I actually noticed about this. I thought, wow, this is actually
Interesting.
cool.
I liked it. I liked the when they play the Ant-Man theme as the Ant-Man theme was in the first one. I enjoyed that. But the times when they tweaked it, for example, when Paul Rudd's having trouble with the sizing in the suit,
Yeah.
and they do something with the score, and at first it was fine, but they keep doing it, and it goes for so long, it becomes really annoying after a while, because it's a really irritating sound they're going with it, which is a comical sound that makes sense with what's happening, but it goes on for so long. It's like, okay, this is really starting to become annoying now.
It's overplaying the joke.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
And anyway, yeah, star rating, what are we giving it?
Star rating, I'm giving it 2 stars. 2 stars at the moment, at least. Because I'm not sure. The thing is, I think it's 2 stars, but I also think it's 2.5 stars at the moment. So it's confusing, but I'm going to say 2 stars because I just really didn't enjoy it. I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't think it did anything new or added anything to the MCU or to films in general. So, you know, that's my score. 2 stars for now. You know.
Fair enough. This is definitely in the lower bracket of the films that Marvel has released. I still think it's quite fun. It's light, and I think it was a nice break after Infinity War. I'm giving it 4 stars.
And I'm in between you two. I thought it was entertaining, but like I said, just it's fine. Yeah, this is that's actually the first MCU film since Iron Man 2 I've given less than 4 stars. I'm going 3.
There you
Which
go.
kind of hurts for an MCU film now.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Like a partner.
Hold on. You gave her wings
And blasters.
So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me.
No, I did.
Anyway, guys, that was our review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you liked it, make sure to let us know. Tell us what you thought of the film. And keep an eye out for our spoiler review of the film coming soon. Until then, we'll see you at the movies.
What was that?
Until then...
Until then, when?